right about now. So thanks for bringing that to my awareness.
Oh, absolutely. And so if you ever need to sort those things out, all you have to do is go down to 14th and Broadway in McKenna. And today, live in the studio, as you may have guessed, we have Matt Garrison. Matt, welcome to WDBX.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
You've been here before with Mr. Kent McDaniel.
Yep, I did. I didn't get to play any songs that day, though. I just sat at the chair across from him, and we gabbed for a while and had a grand time. So I'm real happy to be back, though, and got the guitar strapped on and ready to make some noise.
Okay, here we go.
Man once tore through mountains to lay lines of iron and wood, the dreams of robber barons. Oh yeah, still miles and miles of migrant blood. Well, dynamite was a beam of light that shone from the face of a shovel, digging its way across the land, through every field and ghetto, every field and ghetto. Up on the tracks just before noon, the sun was a blister of the moon, and the Chinese and the Irish are fighting. Well, up on the tracks just before noon, the sun was a blister of the moon, and the salt flats, they are so blinding. Workers died, turned into ties, until their graves formed a grid laid out across the land. Through every field and ghetto, every field and ghetto. Up on the tracks, I'm walking along. The train's bearing down, but I still hear their song. They're singing. Well, every field and ghetto. Well, every field and ghetto. Well, every field and ghetto we went through, we lost a man. Yeah, it's true. A father, a son, a brother, our blood. Well, every field and ghetto. Well, every field and ghetto.
Very good, Matthew.
Thank you.
By golly, how come I didn't know you did this before?
Because I didn't do it before. I'm relatively new to not to playing music. I mean, I've been doing that since I was, right out of high school, which was 28 years ago. It's been a long time. But then I got totally out of playing music, and I played 4 shows in Carbondale so far. So and I've been to a bunch of open mics at Tres Hombres, but if you go back 14 months ago, I wasn't really doing this here at all. So
Okay, that
I'm
explains that part.
just
of
getting out.
And do you write your own material?
I write all my own songs. Yep.
Okay, very good.
I mean, I tend to play more originals than covers, but yeah, that's kind of my thing.
And it kind of fits too. I understand you have the day job.
I have a day job that keeps me pretty busy, teaching English out of John A. Logan. So yeah, I've been out there for 15 years or so. So yeah.
So have you done writing in any other form?
Well, I have, although not in any sense. I haven't had any success as a writer, really. I've got a couple novels I've written and a lot of short stories, and but I've never really submitted much for publication. And when I haven't had any luck. But definitely that sense of myself as a writer is a big part of who I am as a musician and as a songwriter. I'm really into lyrics and into the storytelling aspect of song. So.
And we have to present a disclaimer here.
Okay.
Because you just happen to know my son-in-law.
I'm familiar with
McCanda
the notorious McCanda Slim. Yes.
He of WDBX at one time.
Yeah.
And you folks were colleagues at
we were
John
colleagues
and bike riding
cycling buddies. Yeah. Lots of love for McCanda Slim.
Yeah, good stuff. And likewise.
Yeah.
He speaks well of you. What do we have next, Matt?
Well, that was a song from that was called Every Field and Ghetto from this album I recorded with some buddies of mine. We called ourselves Matt Garrison and the Robber Barons, and as you said earlier, we had an album we put out back in August called Someone's Gotta Live in This Town, and so this is another song from that album called I Belong Here. It's also, incidentally, was the first song I ever wrote in Carbondale after we moved here in 2002. Got to tune up here real quick. I apologize. There it is. Well, I've been everywhere, but I'm back, and I'm back for good, 'cause I belong here. Well, I'm going nowhere, oh, moving every other year, and I belong there. Well, I'm gonna stick around, 'cause someone gotta live in this town. Besides, I belong here. Well, I'm dreaming of distant mountains, old friends, living in new houses, 'cause I belong there, and I belong here.
Very good, Matt. You having
Thanks.
fun with this?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a blast. Thank you so much.
And how did you get hooked up with Kent McDaniel? Because Kent just gushes about you.
Well,
And you know, he knows a little bit about music.
I know he does, and I'm a fan of his as well. My connection to Kent comes from the really great open mics at Tres Hombres on Tuesday night, hosted by Nate Graham and Stick Gilbert, and really to the extent that I have any connections within this scene, a lot of it's come from the fact that I started going there last October, and everybody's just been so incredibly welcoming there, and aside from Nate and Stick and Kent, Ethan Stevenson, I met there, and Ethan's helped me out a bunch with helping me get some shows, and I'm a fan of his, and just a lot of people come there that don't really need to go to an open mic to play music out on town. I met Dakota Holden there, and Tim Whiteford, and Kyle Triplett, and Ray Maring, and a whole bunch of other folks that go there on a regular basis. Kendall Bell and the Hey Honey folks, Ben West. I mean, it's just wow. It's such a great scene there, and a great way to kind of get your foot in the door here with what's going on with music locally too, and just inspirational. It's raised my game as a player, trying to go in there and be half as good as a lot of those folks.
Oh, isn't it a wonderful community of people and musicians?
It's no joke. It really is, and I'm so happy to have found my way into it.
And excellent musicians, but most, I'm so impressed by the quality of individuals.
Me too. I mean,
hardworking.
Every single person I just named there is just as nice as can be, and welcoming, and we all support each other there, and have a real good time too. So
yeah, you're in the right group of folks.
Yeah,
because,
for sure.
And we're so glad that this radio station can present these people and their great efforts, because they're just so good.
Yeah, for sure.
All right here you are, man. That's good that you've included this community in your life.
I'm lucky to have it as part of my life, and I'm looking forward to a whole lot more.
So what was your musical inspiration when you were young in order to get into playing guitar?
I wanted to not be left out of being in a band with some really good friends of mine, so I picked up a bass guitar so I could be a part of a punk band that was forming amongst some really good friends of mine, and I didn't really have any developed musical acumen of any kind. It really took a while for me to kind of find my way with being a player, and I've probably never been a great instrumental player, but I got pretty serious about it after college. Several of us moved out to North Carolina to kind of be in a band and make a go of it, and that didn't last super long for a variety of life-related reasons, but
you were young. That probably has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, right.
But did you get to experience other music in North Carolina?
Well, yeah, that was a real happening kind of scene in the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill Triangle area back in the mid '90s. It was a lot of cool indie music, but also a lot of really great alt country. That was when the band Whiskey Town was just taking off in Raleigh, and another great band called Six String Drag that I really love, and so it was a great atmosphere out there musically, and we gigged around out there a fair amount, but ultimately we all moved on, and that was sort of the end of. I was 25 when that kind of ended, and I'm 46 now, so that was sort of the end of playing in bands for me until here recently.
But a good education, no doubt.
For sure. Yeah, wouldn't trade it for anything.
And let's talk just a bit about your CD with the Robber Barons.
Right. The Robber Barons are 4 really good friends of mine who reside up in the Bloomington Normal area.
Oh, I thought maybe it was the current administration in Washington. That's not the case?
Yeah, well, yeah, the Robber Barons is kind of a strange name to take on as a as a band, because the Robber Barons are sort of historical villains. You know, they're not exactly a group that you want to emulate, but it was just a cool sounding name, so
Sure.
you know, it sort of landed for us.
Yeah.
But no, none of my friends work in the current administration.
And you've recorded with them on this CD, but maybe not again, or will you get together?
I think it's kind of doubtful. You know, we're trying to put together a show up in Bloomington on February 9th. I mean, I think we have put together a show, and in fact, the drummer Rob Wills has moved to Arizona for work since the recording was finished, and Rob's going to come back, and we're going to do what it kind of amounts to, you know, a CD release party or something like that, or an album release party, and play one last show together. But otherwise, we don't have any plans to do that. I'm really trying to work on my solo show down here, and you know, hopefully fall in with some local players here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And let's talk just a second about your cover art.
Sure, yeah, happy to.
The little place in New Minden.
Yeah, the Blue Room in New Minden, and we didn't even realize that that's what the photo was when we first started working with it. A good friend of mine, Rick Deutsch, took that photo, but he thought it was from a photo outing he did in Kansas years ago when he initially gave it to me, and then we took that the photo and gave it to Nate Graham, and he did some computer art wizardry to it to make it look like it does. But yeah, that's the Blue Room up in New Minden, which I you know, recommend people drive up there and check it out.
Totally unique place, isn't it? Okay, Matt, what do you have for us musically?
I'm gonna play one more from the album. This one is called "No Place to Hide." This is a song of mine that, like a lot of these, they've been around. For me, they've been around for a long time, and this one is about a town up in central Illinois, which shall remain unnamed at this point. Well, on the crop dusted factory broken down, wide Midwestern streets of a once military town. Well, in the vacant hangars, the happy hour honky tonks, and by the faceless hangers on, a church for everyone. And with skies as wide as the eye can see, there is no place to hide in Ford County. Oh, no place, no place to hide. Oh, no place, no place to hide, to hide, to hide. But their eyes aren't as wide as the skies would have them be, and the roads don't lead away but turned into the same old streets. Once you live there long enough, forget about being free. You know it only so well, like a map in a foggy dream. And they swear by the stepdaddy's graves, this is how it has to be. There is no place to hide in Ford County. Oh, no place, no place to hide. No place, no place to hide, to hide, to hide. There are spies behind blinds as the neighborhood watches itself, looking for signs of life, finding only statues on shelves, standing outside saying to themselves, don't bring us down. We hitched a ride into this life, got dropped off outside of this town. Privately, everybody's waiting to be found, but there is no place to hide in Ford County. Oh, no place, no place to hide. No place, no place to hide, to hide, to hide. Lying in the weeds beside a country muddy creek, in an old barn beyond the fields of winter wheat, in the cab of a truck behind a local grocery. And while no one is looking as we walk on down the street, two young lovers prove beyond a shadow of doubt there is none to do but hide in Ford County. Oh, nothing to do but hide. Nothing to do but hide, but hide, but hide in Ford County. Ford County, Ford County, let's hide.
You paint a nice word picture there, Matthew.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I like that. You know, we have many songwriters in this area,
We do, a lot of really good ones.
and you're right there.
Oh,
Good
thanks.
job.
That's
It's really impressive.
That's high praise. I
That was
appreciate it.
excellent. Let's do one more right before we take a break. How's that, Matt?
okay. Sounds good. I'm going to play, this song is about a character from my hometown of Olney, Illinois, and I'll just leave it at that. It's called The Things We Grew Up To. Back in '88, there was one Mohawk in our school. We huffed your hairspray in a hatchback through the afternoon. I was so square you had to whittle me down, down, down. You carved out a circle that never came around, and the things we grew up to are those with which you are through, and you led me into this life, and now you left me for a sober life, with the church going wide. Brother, I just hope you found what you all need, what you need, what you all need. Lurking in the basement while your parents slept above. Our brains were to drink like ash is to mud, mud, mud. You turn the music up before you pass out. We were born to train each other to kill ourselves and the things we grew up to are those with which you are through. And you led me into this life. And now you left me for a sober life, with the church going wide. Brother, I just hope you found what you all need, what you need, what you all need. For all those old albums, the ones you pawned against your problems, they remind me of much better days, when you were you, I was me, and we were us. And the things we grew up to, descendants, minor threat, black flag and bad religion. The things we grew up to, punk shows in your barn, tripping on your farm. The things we grew up to, you and me and Slick and Graham about the power plant. The things we grew up to, nobody ever was. Hey, nobody ever was. I said nobody ever was as punk as you, as punk as you, as punk as you. Nobody was as punk as you. Nobody was as punk as you. Nobody was as punk as you. Oh, nobody was as punk as you.
I think I recognize that guy.
Good. That's the idea.
We'll be right back after these messages with Matt Garrison.
DDX comes from your membership contributions
Good
and
job,
from Girls
man.
Rock
Thanks,
Carbondale,
buddy.
a youth-centered music organization for
Such a
girls,
great
trans,
opportunity,
and gender
yeah.
non-conforming people to collaborate and experiment
Beside
with
myself
music.
with happiness.
Girls Rock
I'm
Carbondale
impressed.
hosts an annual summer
Thanks,
camp
man.
from 8 to 18, an adult
We
rock
get some
camp,
singer-songwriters
that kicks
in here
off each
that-
January, and an after-school program for
I
youth
can't
12
say
to
that
18
I'm
that
that
meets
impressed,
each Tuesday from 3:30 to 6
but,
p.m.
Thanks,
at
man, that's a
214
real good
North
job.
That means
Washington Street.
a ton
More
to me.
information at girlsrockcarbondale.com.
And you know, one of the secrets to that, I think, is how relevant it is to the
Hello
listeners.
there. This is
Of course,
Sister
you know.
Porter, and
Well,
I just wanted to say
I don't know,
thank
maybe
you,
not,
and God bless
maybe
you.
being,
19
you know,
years of waking up with
in the
Porter
middle of
morning
life
here on
gives you
WDBX,
some different
91.1
perspectives
FM.
Oh, it does.
what you want to tell people
Elder
about.
Porter,
It does,
Brother Ted,
yeah.
Sister Sherry,
And you'll
myself
notice that throughout
every
life.
Sunday morning.
As
Right.
you get
from
older,
5
you'll
a.m. to 9
have
a.m.
these
for
same
some of the best
experiences.
in gospel music around.
Yeah.
Again, we're just sending our love and best wishes for you to have a blessed year. God bless you, and we love you.
This hour of programming on WDBX Carbondale is sponsored in part by your membership contributions and by The Thrift Shop. The Thrift Shop is located just north of the Strip at 215 North Illinois Avenue in Carbondale, offering a variety of new, used and vintage clothing, furniture, household items, books, toys, shoes, and more. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., the Thrift Shop is a non-profit organization serving our community since 1967. They always accept donations, and any donations that are not sold will be recycled if possible. The Thrift Shop, 457-6976.
And you are listening to Lonesome Noise Radio Hoedown right here on WDBX 91.1 FM, Carbondale, your solar-powered community radio station. And now, live at noon, we have Matt Garrison in the studio. Matt, this is a good experience for me and you.
Well, it's definitely a real good one for me. And
Fun.
Yeah, thanks so much again.
Good job, man. I'm really impressed.
That means a ton
Oh, by
to
the
me.
way, I should tell you, I'm impressed by your cooking, too.
Well, I knew how to start things off on a good note, didn't I?
Oh, buddy, you impressed me and Chuck and Marshall. We're having a good time, and we even promised to save a piece for Kent McDaniel coming in.
The chicken tamale pie is waiting for you, Kent. Get on down here.
Kent, it's going to kill you, man. You'll love it. Nothing better. Okay, Matthew, what do we have musically?
I think I'm gonna play one cover in here today, and this is a song that means a whole lot to me, and is one of those songs that you love to play because it just sort of feels like the perfect song to you. So I think a lot of people will recognize it. I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. I fumbled through my closet for my clothes and found my cleanest dirty shirt. I shaved my face and I combed my hair. I stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. What smoked my mind the night before on cigarettes and songs I've been picking. Well, I lit my first and watched as a kid cussed at Can. He'd been kicking. Well, I crossed the empty street and caught the Sunday smell of someone frying chicken. And it took me back to something that I lost somewhere, somehow, along